Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this
Good evening,
meeting of the
Chairman.
Planning Committee on Tuesday, the 20th of April at 6:15. Please be aware that all meetings are recorded and will be made available to the public on our YouTube channel after the meeting. Your participation indicates your consent to being included. The next bit we've got down here. Okay, apologies. To receive from councillors any apologies for non-attendance.
Oh, I was muted there. Okay, that will be me, Chair. Let's do the roll call. Just
Please, if you would.
To the sheet. Right, starting from the top. So, Councillor Andrew Poodle.
Yep, present.
Ben Pitt.
Hello.
Caroline Green. Nobody's seen Caroline. Okay. Colin Maslin.
I'm here.
Diana Collins, we have apologies for. Doug Terry, we have apologies for. He's currently still not attending committee meetings, pending training. Gordon Thorpe.
Present, ma'am.
Thank you. Rob Simonis.
Present.
And Sandy Giles.
Present.
Yeah,
Roll call complete.
Could I suggest that we don't mark Councillor Green absent in case she was confused by the cancellation notice?
I don't know what the cancellation notice is, and it's showing her as having it. I have to note it as absent until I receive a communication, unfortunately.
Okay. Before we start the meeting, I would just like to say Rob has asked a question about the previous applications in Hogarth Place. There is only one live application. I've tried to get hold of the planning officer today, but trying to get hold of anybody at HEC is like trying to pull teeth out of a snake. I just can't get anywhere. It's still showing as pending, so I can't say much more than that, Rob. I will keep on at it, and I've left a message for Kathy Render, is the planning officer, and I've asked her to give me a call back. So as and when I get a reply, I will circulate everybody so that we're up to date with it. Okay.
Chair, Max's hands up.
Okay, item 2 on our agenda.
Sorry, Colin, Max's got a hand up.
Sorry.
Go
ahead.
Chair. Just to let you know, I did have an email from Kathy, which I think I did reply to you guys. She is just waiting for some clarification from the legal team, and I think she's liaising with Councillor Barry Chapman regarding this. So that's the latest that we've got so far, and that's all I'm aware of.
So is it just on that subject? Is it Barry that's been telling local residents that they're going to build a block of flats there?
I have no idea.
I wouldn't like to comment on specifics, but a resident in my street has had a conversation that, you know, seems to have gone much further beyond the facts as I understand them. And I think there's a real danger with this because it's such an emotive subject that we do get into a bit of an anecdote and a rumour sort of situation.
Yeah.
Now, and hence just dropping you both an email just to say, well, actually, you know, what are the facts as we see them today? What are the next steps, and just root it in something that's absolutely concrete. Yeah, so thanks both for your attention on this, and yeah, I'll update her that there'll be more coming soon as we can get hold of it.
Yeah, thank you.
Could I just ask Maxine, have you got any more information on any idea what this legal thing is, or is that all they're saying?
No, that's all they're saying. It's just the response was they've got some further clarifications to be sought, and they are in contact with their their legal advisors, etc., all the people they need the information from, and they will inform us in due course.
Right. Okay.
Well,
thank you.
I am concerned, Mr. Chairman, that if they are HDC are talking to Barry Chapman, they should be talking at least to you as chairman of planning.
Well, I would have thought
and
so.
Not to a councillor who is not on the planning committee.
Far be it from me to say that Barry's sticking his feet in where it's not needed, but I wouldn't dream of saying such a thing. What's the saying, Gordon? You may think that, but I couldn't possibly agree with you.
I couldn't possibly comment.
Okay. Okay, let's move on. Item 2 on our agenda, declaration of interest. To receive from councillors declarations as to disclosable pecuniary and or non-statutory disclosable interests, along with the nature of those interests to any agenda item. Anybody have anything they want to?
No.
I see a lot of shaking of heads. Thank you very much indeed. Attachment 1 is the minutes of the planning meeting held on the 6th of April. Does anybody have any comments about this, or are you quite happy that we accept these?
Yeah, I can recommend them for acceptance.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Rob seconded. Thank you, Rob. All in favour of accepting the minutes?
Yeah.
Lots of nods. Thank you very much.
I'll abstain because I wasn't there.
Okay.
I will abstain also.
Okay. But we've got 4 of us in agreement. Thank you. Happy with that, Maxine?
Yes, thank you very much.
Good, thank you. Right, public participation. We now have a 10-minute public participation to allow any resident to address the committee on any matter. I can't see any members of the public present. Can you, Maxine?
No, I can't. Karen, can you? There's nobody on my list.
There's no members of the public present.
In that case, we'll go straight to item 5, schedule of the current planning applications. Let me just move down on the right. Item 1, 2100-280 FUL, demolition of existing rear garden wall and erection of a fence around the existing single parking space to form additional private garden area. Installation of decking to new garden area.
You have the block plan in front of you.
Issues with the public access site being very, very slow tonight.
This is my street. I'll go and have a look at it if you want, if you give me 2 minutes. But yeah, I'm just going to call up the parking arrangements for the street, which I've got on my computer still. So give me a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Or call yourself. You know.
So this is a location plan. So I'm not sure if that helps Ben. That has got the.
Yeah. So just to explain, so where it says day close, that is the street, and then the dotted line is basically the property extends like the car. It's like a private car parking, like managed car parking space at the back.
And they're looking to fence in the parking space, are they?
I think evidently one of their 2 allotted parking spaces. Now, I would suggest that land is probably owned by the management company.
Yep.
It won't be part of their freehold.
No, now, I think they're probably right there, Ben.
I may be wrong. Certainly the access is obviously, you know, that's why they have these management, like this. Basically, there's a limited company that owns the land, and then certain residents become trustees of that land, of the company. Not trustees, yeah, directors.
Lessees, yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen something similar, haven't we? Whereby they want to put gates on the open parking, but this is taking it a step further.
So
I would suggest it's a step too far.
Okay. So Ben, all the grey areas shown on that map that we just had there, is that all public area?
Which bit's grey? So in this one or a different one?
A different drawing. Second drawing you had there, Maxine. That one.
Okay, so all of the sort of like, okay, on that one. So the crosshatch. How should I describe this? The crosshatch, the single lines is the street. The orange crosshatch is the building that goes over the top.
Right.
Into the privately managed parking area. So just below all of that stuff is the managed parking. Those 2 bays that are inside the area are the designated bays. I'm just double checking that's correct, but I'm presuming they haven't got confused and given themselves the wrong bays. Yeah, so those 2 bays are designated to that house. And evidently what they're deciding is they don't actually need 2 parking bays just for their own property. They would like to have 1 parking bay and a bigger garden.
And what about that area behind the bays? It looks as though you can walk. You go to
No, yeah, I'm not sure what's there. That drawing is different to the one that I've got, which is actually from the developer. Yeah, there's not. It basically is a dead end, you know. So there's a collection of parking bays in that sort of managed area. So directly below where the word close, you drive into there, and there's the parking for probably 4 different houses plus some visitor bays.
Ben, you live here. What's your feeling about this?
Well, I don't think it has any kind of material impact. I mean, I think it's questionable as to whether they've actually got permission
from whom?
From the landowner, which is the management company, effectively. So the rear car parks at the rear are shared ownership, effectively, because they all need to have access to these car parking bays. Now, it could be that their freehold encloses their own car parking bays because it directly is attached to the bottom of their garden, in which case they, you know, legally they're okay. It might be that there's a issue with ownership. I don't think that's actually our concern, though, because we're not here to ascertain who owns what. So,
well, we are actually, Ben, aren't we? If you think that whoever owns the next 2 down, if on that sort of strip of parking spots, if they decided to do the same, then all of a sudden we've got parking areas that you can't access.
Yeah, so I'm confident, and I'm not confident, I'm reasonably confident that I was trying to get my bearings again. Yeah, so basically I'd be surprised if they own the freehold. I think they probably don't own the freehold to the land that they're asking to enclose, in which case legally they probably can't do this. But that is that's a matter for the management company that owns the freehold to this land, and I'm very happy to.
Yeah, that's a civil matter, not a planning matter.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would add, is that Loves Farm is not known to be particularly good for its parking.
Yeah.
And to explicitly lose 2 spaces, I don't think it's necessarily going to help the community.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. So I think that who owns it, I think we should just park that. Excuse the amazingly good pun. That's not our issue. The question is, do we, in principle, approve of removing a car parking space in favour of a large garden?
No, I don't.
Well, I may be a bit thick this evening, but if they enclose it with fencing, how are they going to access the garage?
They're not garages, they're just open.
Just open parking spaces.
Yeah, parking lots.
Right. So where are they going to park then?
Well, they've got, I think, was the application that they would enclose one of the 2 rather than both of them?
Let me just have a look on the covering.
Yeah, around single parking space to form additional private garden area installation. So the implication from that, yeah. Erection of fencing around single.
Their diagrams don't match the description.
No, I think that just shows the land, doesn't it?
But even then, if they don't own it, then that's an incorrect perception.
Well, we could always make.
If we refuse it, doesn't it go? Wouldn't it go to DMC to let them decide? And I'm just confused. I think that, you know, the fact that the parking up there is so dreadful and constrained. I'm not in favour of anybody swiping one of those spaces. I can just see it's going to make more problems for a lot of other people.
So we take that as a proposal for rejection, Sandy?
Well, I don't live there. I'd be happier if people that live there made a proposal, but I personally would not support it, you know, fencing it in.
Yeah, so I'm inclined to agree with Sandy. I think if the current occupants feel they only need 1 parking space, that doesn't guarantee that all future occupants of that property will only ever want 1 parking space.
Very good point.
And so I think to lose a parking space permanently would be, you know, regrettable.
That's
okay.
my opinion.
I'm happy to propose that we
Well,
recommend.
well, would you rather not make a proposal since you're a neighbour?
Yeah, no, yeah.
I was the one that brought it up, so I'll make the proposal.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Andrew.
I'll second it then, Andrew.
All in favour of rejection?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. And Ben, I'm not supposed to say this, am I? I'm not supposed to tell you how to vote. It might be politically nice for you to abstain.
Yeah, no, I'm actually happy to vote with the recommendation.
Okay.
I don't think it's conflict specifically. Or what do you think? Anyone else think it's potential conflict? If it is potentially, I'll abstain. Actually, if it could be seen to be conflict, I'm happy to abstain.
I think that's a better thing for you, Ben.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Doesn't
you.
affect the outcome.
So reasons to be cheerful, part 2.
Loss of parking, I think, if that's not on there.
I think that's good enough. And I think, do we want to add something? We would like to clarify the legal ownership of the.
Well, we could possibly, we could also use, contrary to our local, our neighbourhood plan, where we recommend 2 parking spaces per dwelling.
Okay, let's do that. Can you pick up on that, Maxine?
Yes, we can. Zoe is our little helper in the background who is making these notes so we can share them at the end of the meeting, just to clarify. Thank you
very much. Thank you, Zoe.
Sorry, Chair, I'm not sure if that specific wording would be in our neighbourhood plan, so we might want to be careful of how we word that. I think there isn't. Is there a specific wording about 2 parking spaces per dwelling?
Well, let's go to 24 then. Demonstrable harm to the amenity of other residents.
Oh, I like that.
I think that's good enough. We don't have to give 5 or 6 different reasons.
No.
So just to confirm, Chair.
We could also use 26. Loss of important open spaces or physical features.
Okay, sorry, Karen, you were saying?
It was me, Chair. Sorry, it's Maxine. So just to confirm, so Zoe is completely understanding which ones you're saying. Can you just confirm the numbers that you were saying, please?
24.
Thank
and
you.
we could amend 26. Loss of an important asset. Of a parking spot.
Without the funny noise in the middle.
Adequacy of parking, loading, turning.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done, Sandra. Okay.
Thank you.
And if we could pick up the relevant paragraph from the neighbourhood plan.
Zoe, can you check the neighbourhood plan for that?
I'm having a look. I can't. It's not jumping out at me, but I'll keep having a look whilst we discuss.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Item 2 then. 2100489 HHFUL, 2-storey front extension and an open porch canopy at 9 Minden Court in Eaton Ford.
We have existing, proposed. Just go back one more time. Existing and proposed.
Any neighbourhood objections, Maxine?
None on this one, Sandy.
Right.
I don't have a problem with this. It's an open pool.
A huge spaces up there. I'd support it.
Yeah, I second it.
All in favour then?
Yes.
Yep.
Anybody object or wish to abstain? Okay, thank you very much indeed.
39 and 40.
Thank you very much, Gordon. We're getting good at this, almost as if we've done it before.
Colin, should we just come back to Rob's pasted into the chat the wording from the neighbourhood plan?
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. Sorry.
It does. So it does talk about averages, and it does talk about of at least 1.5 car parking spaces per dwelling for 1 and 2 bedroom properties. And and an average of at least half a space per bedroom for properties with 3 or more bedrooms. So I don't know how many bedrooms this place has, but reducing it from 2 to 1 doesn't, even if it's a 1 or 2 bed, does not feel like it's within the spirit of the neighbourhood plan. If, you know, even before we get into the definition of the wording, so you know, that feels to me like it upholds the decision that we've made.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, I think yeah, and I agree. I think the key is like the spirit of the neighbourhood plan, because the policy talks about proposals for 10 or more dwellings, which obviously is not what we're talking about here. But I say, yeah, contrary to the spirit of the neighbourhood plan.
Yeah. Thanks for looking it up, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Okay, item 3, 21000217 HHFUL, replace a post and rail fence with a 1.8 metre high acoustic wooden fence with associated soft landscaping. This has already been done, by the way. This is retrospective. It's 151 Crossall Road, Mr. Stuart Neal, and he lives next door to a very good friend of all of ours, ex-councillor Farrer. I can't see anything wrong with this. It's only a fence, for heaven's sake. At the moment, it was a very tatty fence, and he's just landscaped it a bit nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
I'm quite happy to propose this.
I'll second that.
Oh, you beat me, Sandy.
Oh, sorry.
All in favour?
Aye.
Yeah.
Good. Anybody object or abstain? I think what we could say is that the fence is needed to keep obnoxious neighbours out, but perhaps that's going a little bit far. Gordon,
Careful,
what numbers do you
Chairman,
have?
are being
Yeah,
recorded.
39.
Just to 39?
39, yeah, and we could also add that it's to reduce road traffic noise in the dwelling,
Okay.
to reduce the effect of road traffic noise in the dwelling.
Okay, I've not heard that one before, but we can go with that. Okay.
Well, it's a new one. I've just thought it up.
Okay, fair enough then. 151 is quite high up, as you know, going up Crossall Road. You are going up a hill, and 151 and 151A are up a further hill. So it's yeah. Okay, number 4. Proposed ground floor, rear and front and 2-storey side extension at 20 Long Sands Road.
Okay, we have existing and then proposed. Go back one more time. Existing and proposed.
Can we see a site plan, please, Maxine?
Okay.
There's plenty of room there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a few on that would have been extended.
So I haven't quite got to grips with the. Could we see the top-down plan, existing and proposed, just to kind of get a sense of the footprint? Thank you.
Hang on, let me just. You can see it a little bit bigger. So that's proposed. That's existing.
Yeah, it's a 2-storey extension on top of the garage, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Any objections, Maxine?
None at all, Sandy.
There we go then.
I recommend approval, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much indeed, Councillor Thorpe.
I'll second that.
Thank you very much, Sandra. All in favour?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody against or abstaining? Thank you very much indeed.
40 and 44.
40 and 44. Okay. Thank you very much. St Neots Telephone Exchange. They want broadband installed. No. 2100401 FUL proposed to create 3 new openings in the wall on the ground floor west elevation. A hardwood frame will be fixed to the opening and 3 louvers installed. It's also proposed to remove glass from one window on the ground floor, and an aluminium louver will be installed and fixed to the window frame. This is by BT at the St Neots Telephone Exchange in West Street.
I think the first thing that comes to mind is this going to affect Waitrose at all, because that's their yard, isn't it?
Yeah, that street is very, very busy. It's the access to Waitrose car park, the bowling alley, and the tennis club.
Bowling alley?
Not 10-pin bowling, lawn bowls.
Oh, so I didn't know that. Okay. But it's only a goods yard for Waitrose, isn't it? It's not their car park. Their car park's the other side of the street there.
Yeah.
No, but you've got the big lorries going in, and with
Yes.
effect turning circles and all that sort of stuff.
If I may, Rob, there's this little section here. It says the site will not be developed or enlarged in any way. The use of the floor space will not change. It will continue to house telecommunications equipment. The appearance of the building will not materially change. The extent of the alterations are illustrated on the drawing and photos that accompany this statement.
So by
I'm
Lou,
happy with
it sounds like they're bolting something into the
Yeah, they're not putting access in. It's just
Presumably ventilation for their equipment.
ventilation. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm happy to propose this.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
second it.
Thank you very much. All in favour?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody against or wish to abstain? Thank you very much indeed.
I think it's no negative impact.
42, I think.
How about a 48? No negative impact on the wider landscape character of the area.
Excellent. It is a conservation area, isn't it?
In the town centre, no, I don't think it is within.
Okay. No problem. Well, we voted for it, so. Okay, we're now on to 6, item 21-00464. Demolish the existing outbuilding shed and extend the garage at Radland Close.
Okay, so you have existing and proposed. Oh, spot the difference.
We've seen
Well,
this
there's
before,
a
I think.
door on the top right building.
Ah, here. Well done.
Yeah, the shed's been replaced by a building. We've seen this property before.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's another Loves Farm. It's interesting. Loves Farm's cropping up slightly more regularly now. Everyone's obviously settled in, ready to start expanding their homes.
Move or improve.
Well, they're not paying their rail season tickets either.
It's cheaper to expand than it is to move.
Yeah, I mean the shed. This has already been. I remember from the last application, it had already been extended with planning permission, and the shed doesn't have planning permission, so it really is an extension rather than a replacement in terms of the planning. But having said that, I think it impacts on neighbours is minimal to nothing.
It's outside of the realms of permitted development because they've already extended once.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
I
the
think
railway line on the left there?
that's it. Yeah. So there's a path around just to the west of the garden, but it goes sort of cycles round into Auntie's Woods. But yeah, it looks fine to me. I'll recommend this for approval.
Go on, Sandy.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay, all in favour?
Yes.
Thank you. Anybody against or abstaining? Thank you very much indeed.
Chair, on that one, I'll drop out at this point if I may.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. Evening all.
Thank you, Rob.
See ya.
Rob.
Night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. A 43 and a 44.
Thank you, Gordon.
Okay, item 7, 21-00510, a first floor side extension at 2 Nelson Road. Number 2 Nelson Road. Ah, this is Philip Rourke's old house, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
They have a dreadful fence out the front, but that's nothing to do with this. They got a fence made out of pallets, one stacked on top of the other. It's awful. So I'm against this. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay,
Could
we
you
have
see the
existing proposed, and then sorry, Ben, what did you want to see?
just site plan would be great, please.
Yeah, don't forget, Colin, this is being recorded.
Colin's not here. He left 10 minutes ago.
Any neighbourhood objections, Maxine?
None at all, Sandy.
Oh, it's quite a big plot there, so there's oodles of room.
Yeah, I recommend approval, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
I
thank you.
second.
Thank you very much. All in favour?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shame we didn't have a neighbourhood objection from number 57, which would have been Mr. Harrison, wouldn't it?
No, 55.
Oh, is it 55? Okay. Okay, we're now on to 2100.
Numbers 40 and 44.
Thank you very much indeed, Gordon. I've forgotten that. 2100-421. Proposed single-storey rear extension at 9 Castle Hill Close.
Oh,
Have we missed one?
Have we missed one? Sorry.
Have I missed one?
No, Colin has. You haven't, Maxine.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Number 8.
Right, we're doing number 9. Oh, okay.
Oh, which
Where
one?
do you want me to go? You tell me where to go.
Number 8.
Number 8, please, Colin.
2100-802, section 106. A proposed change to the existing section 106 agreement from the maximum 40% to at least 40% affordable housing for land at the junction of Dramsall Road and Cambridge Road in St Neots.
Chair, if I may.
Please do.
So this is the last parcel of land on Love's Farm that's yet to be built on. It already has planning permission. It sounds like the typo is being corrected because normally the section 106 agreement would be to ensure minimum levels of social housing, and at least 40% is a much more powerful expression than maximum 40%. So I think this is just a technicality. I'm not quite sure how it ended up saying maximum 40% in the first place.
I would guess that what they meant to say was minimum 40%.
That would make more sense. I mean, it is actually, so the builder is L&Q Homes, which is a social housing provider. I'm not sure the history of this, but it sounds like an entirely, very comfortable to support. We want more affordable homes, so if they're asking for at least 40%, then I'm all for.
Does this not reduce the amount of sill they pay?
I think they still pay sill on affordable houses, Gordon.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. So there's the change. Yeah, I mean, without any further detail on this, I think all we can do is personally, I think we can support it.
I think we just have to say noted for this because it's an amendment to a section 106 agreement. It's not up to us to approve or reject a section 106 agreement.
Quite. Yeah, we don't normally they don't come to us normally, do they?
I've never seen this before.
No.
So I think to cover our what's-its, noted would be, in this case, an appropriate response.
Yeah, so I think not even to recommend it for approval or
no.
Yeah, just say noted as I think that's good. I'll second that if you're proposing that.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Thank you very much. All in favour?
Aye.
All in favour of saying that we don't agree or disagree? Thank you. Just noted. Item 11, 2100-532.
Mr. Chairman, if we could go back, we could say that we welcome the provision of additional social housing.
I think, Chair, I wouldn't necessarily assume that that's going to be forthcoming. It seems just like an odd change in wording. We don't know whether that means we're going to get more, but I think we're safer to leave it.
Okay, I think I've missed another one, haven't I?
On number 9 we are now.
Number 9, 21 proposed single-storey rear extension at 9 Castle Hill Close.
Okay, we have existing in front of you. And then we have proposed.
Ooh, flash drawings.
Nice 3D drawings. Very good.
This is a large extension, isn't it?
Mm.
And then I'll give you the site plan.
No, I think these bungalows have got large gardens, haven't they?
They are big.
They have. They've got really big gardens.
Yeah. It's almost
So it backs onto Peppercorn. Okay.
it's almost doubling the size of the bungalow.
Mm.
At least they're not putting another floor on it. I hate bungalows being knocked into houses. Us old people need them, don't we, Gordon?
Yeah. Yeah, but we most certainly do. Although
Anybody have any comments about this?
This is in a conservation area, isn't it?
Here is the heritage statement.
Proposed extension will have minimal impact on the neighbouring properties due to it being similar in design to the existing extension, as well as being smaller in height due to the lower pitch, although it will be wider and extend further to the rear. Won't impact on the street scene as it's being built to the rear of the building and is not visible from the street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to
I think
recommend
we
for
should
approval.
go for approval. Yeah.
Yeah, there are 2 reasons why it requires planning permission. 1, it's in a conservation area, and 2, the size.
Yeah, okay. So do I take that as your seconded it, Gordon?
Yes.
Thank you very much. All in favour?
Uh-huh.
Aye.
Yes.
Anybody object or abstain? No, okay, fine, thank you.
Right, we'll do a 39. Minimum impact on neighbours. And
42.
43.
yeah, so 42. Yeah.
And you suggest a 43, Andrew?
Yeah, I thought 43 more than 42, but yeah, whichever.
Thank you very much indeed.
Or we can put all 3.
Yeah, let's go for all 3. Item 10. How are we doing for time? Close, but we'll make it. Item 10, 21-00380, erection of a fence not exceeding 2 metres at 25 Fieldgate Close in St Neots. You don't need planning permission for a fence that's under 2 metres, surely.
So it's at the front of the property.
Where's Fieldgate Close, please?
Loves Farm.
Oh, right. Okay.
It looks like is that a restrictive covenant which is specified? Is that why they're having to apply for planning then?
Yeah, it's a bit pixelated, but if you'd like me to try and read it, it says any gates, walls, fences, or any other means of enclosure not for any cladding to be put on part of the plot or constructed on any house standing unless planning permission is granted by the local planning authority or Secretary of State for the environment, etc., etc. So that is why it's come to us.
So we have a plan for you.
Yeah, there is one more, Gordon, if you just bear with.
So they just want to put a fence on the right-hand side there, the dotted blue, isn't it?
That's it.
I'm just wondering whether it's encroaching on any public area.
So I do know this site. I know. Well, I actually know the neighbours that are immediately to the right, and it's basically the drive is just to the 25 and what it must be 23, I guess, the property to the right. So there's no other access there. It's kind of behind a fence. So I'm confident that wouldn't encroach on sort of public highway or anything.
I'm quite happy to second your proposal, Ben.
Yeah, I might abstain from this just because I know
Fair enough,
neighbours.
I'm happy to propose this then.
I'll second it then.
Thank
Colin.
you, Sandy. All in favour?
Yes.
Abstain.
1 abstention. Thank you very much indeed. Now we move on to item 11.
Hold on. We want some numbers.
Oh, sorry, I've done it again. Sorry, Gordon.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I can come up with is 48.
Okay.
Will have no negative impact on the wider landscape character of the area.
Good choice.
Happy with that. Item 11, 21000532, a single story extension to the side and rear at 105 Shakespeare Road. Amended plans received. Does that indicate that we've previously given permission for this?
No, I do believe, I'm not sure of the timescale of this. We've got some objections on this, and I do believe it was a double story to start. So if we look at existing, proposed, and then you can see it was a double story, and then the revised plans have come in and they've reduced it to a single story because the neighbour comments are here. So this is the revised plan, just so that you can see, but it's not actually been to us before.
Okay.
We've not had it. We've not had it, but I think they've amended the plans before it's come to us. So this was the original proposed.
But we shouldn't really be looking at the original, should we? We should be looking at the amended plans received.
This is existing, and this is the revised plans. So existing and revised. Now I thought there was additional neighbour comments on this one. Just bear with me while I
to that page.
Why do we have a
oh no,
comment?
no, I'm wrong. Sorry, no, there's not. No, there's not.
Hang on, I thought there was 2 objections. Maybe it's not updated.
Well, if I can, 8 Clover Road would be at the back of 105 Shakespeare.
Okay.
And that section of Clover Road is bungalows.
I know, my dad lived there. Have you got a map there, Maxine, please?
I do.
Sorry, site plan.
So that's the block plan there. And does it come in? Oh, it's here. Pixelated. There is another objection. If you just look at that, I'm just going to go on to HTC just to look at it while you're looking at those.
Yeah, I'm looking at Street-Map. I don't see any. They're all bungalows. I don't see any 2-story houses on Clover Road.
We are not.
No,
have
it's
I got
not Clover Road. It's Shakespeare Road, which is behind. Clover Road is at the top there, isn't it?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
105 backs onto, well, that row, the high numbers of Shakespeare, the odds, back onto a row of bungalows in Clover Road.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a single story, there's no problem with overlooking or anything like that.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, I propose that we approve this application.
I'll happily second that.
I think just on the query, well, from the neighbour comment, is kind of confusing. Basically, they're saying the plans aren't correct. I think.
But they've put in a revised plan.
Yeah, I can't work out the chronology of it all. I think we'll have to rely on HGC officers to make sense of all of that.
Last para perhaps is relevant. Upon resubmittal, this will allow everyone to have the opportunity to assess accurate drawings.
So that's 20th of April. Do you know what the dates of the revised drawings?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get onto my, if the access is site is not working for me at the moment. If you just bear with, I'm just trying to see.
The site's playing silly.
It's not wanting to.
The revised drawings are dated 31st of January, whereas the neighbour comment is 6th of April.
Yeah, there's another neighbour comment. I just, for some reason, mine has it. One was submitted on the 20th of April. The other neighbour comment.
That's today.
Yeah, and that's
There you
uploaded
go.
onto the site, but the site is now not playing, and I thought I downloaded it onto my and saved it, but it's not showing. So it's not just me. Did you say, Andrew, that you can't get onto the site
I
either?
can't get onto either, no.
No, I was trying earlier this afternoon for other reasons, and I couldn't get through.
It would sometimes let you on, but then it would time out again. So there's suggests network issues.
Well, you know, the neighbourhood objections, they haven't put forward any actual relevant planning objections.
So
There is one other neighbour. Sorry to just butt in, Ben. There is one other neighbour comment, but we can't get to it at the moment. However, so carry on. I'm just going to keep trying.
Yeah,
I think this proposal is perfectly acceptable.
Well, I believe I have already recommended approval, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I will second your recommendation, councillor. And if we can go to the vote, all in favour?
Aye.
Okay.
Yep.
Anybody object or abstain?
I think I better abstain, since it's on my doorstep, more or less.
Okay.
How far away from you is it? It's next door to you, Sandy?
No, it's on the straight bit that leads to the main road.
Then it should. Then you've no need to abstain.
Oh right, okay, I'll approve then.
You're not directly affected.
No, thank you for the clarification. I'm happy to support the recommendation.
Thank you very much indeed. Any numbers, young Gordon?
Yeah, 4344.
Thank you very much indeed. Item 12. How are we doing for time? All right, we've got 10 minutes. Item 12, 2100-213, conversion of the first floor retail storage and staff areas into two-bedroom self-contained residential flats, and the insertion of new windows to the ground floor rear extension at 45 High Street.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of this.
Yeah. Where is, I mean, what did it used to be, 45 High Street? Can someone enlighten me? Oh, Bon Marchés, right, okay.
Yeah.
That's existing and proposed.
Mm-hmm.
As you say, Gordon, I think we're going to see a lot more of this.
Yes,
I could see Beals becoming 20 or 30 flats, couldn't you?
Yeah, easily.
Don't encourage them.
Well, who's likely to take over that amount of shopping? No, let's not digress. Let's look at what's in front of us. Well, I will tell a funny little story. When we first gave permission for the Acora shopping centre, I had an objection from a local resident who said, we don't want cheap stores like Aldi here. We want quality stores like Wilkinson's. How do you reply to that?
Noted.
Yes, noted. Okay, so we're all in agreement with this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Have we got a nominator and a seconder?
Yeah, I propose.
I'll happily second it then.
Yeah, I feel that I'm mindful that we don't lose our retail space.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is the upstairs area. Yeah, I'm a little bit on the fence about this. But...
The other thing is the upstairs area is obviously potentially storage for what could be a retail unit. And would that put off retailers from occupying it if they've got no storage?
Yeah, that's my concern as well.
Well, we could get another coffee bar in there, couldn't we? Okay.
Take a vote.
All in favour?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Anybody against or wish to abstain?
I'm against, but yeah. Okay,
that's all right, Ben.
I'll abstain.
Okay. So we've got three in favour, one abstention and one against. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much indeed. Any numbers?
Yeah, 43 and a 46.
Thank you very much indeed. We're getting there. 13, 2100-592, erection of a porch to the front of the dwelling at 20 Silverweed. Mrs. Kerry Armiger.
We have existing. And
Yeah, this is tucked away, isn't it? I recommend approval.
I'll second that as well.
Yes, I'll approve it as well.
Ben, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with the 39.
Thank you very much. Item 14, 2100-650, a single-storey rear extension and a first floor rear and side extension at Flow Drive, which, for those who don't know, is off of Monarch Road at the top.
This is building over the garage, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So we've got existing.
Yeah.
And then proposed.
Yeah,
it's going over the garage.
Yeah.
Your site plan.
Go on, Sandy, do your bit. Any objections?
None at all.
Oh, there we go.
I recommend approval, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. You're on the ball tonight, Gordon.
I'll second that.
We're getting short of time, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Ben's
and we see lots of these things.
We do. All in favour?
Yes.
Yep.
Anybody against or abstaining? 41?
41 and 44.
Thank you very much indeed. And then finally, 379 Great North Road, application number 2100-657, a two-storey extension to the side and a single-storey extension to the rear, a proposed boundary wall and railings to the front with electric gates. 379 Great North Road.
Those houses are huge and the plots are enormous, so
they are,
I can't see any problem with that. Definitely making more efficient use of the site.
Yeah.
These are the 2 or 3 along by before you get to Shakespeare Road, aren't they?
Oh no, up the Eaton Ford end.
It's up,
oh, is it? Oh, okay. Oh, yes, I know. Yes.
Yeah, sort of near the Whistler Lowry end.
Could you zoom in on the block plan a little bit more, please, Maxine? Thank you very much. So it's towards the boundary.
Very nice.
Yeah. But still a gap, but still a decent sized meter gap at the edge of the boundary.
Agreed. I'll recommend that for approval.
Yep.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favour?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody against or abstaining? Thank you very much indeed. That concludes the voting from the Netherlands.
44, Mr. Chairman.
43, 44. Yeah.
Okay, and then just go back to our agenda. DMC, where we had one yesterday, but there was nothing relevant to us. There was only 4 items. I think we were done by 8. St Ives, Warboys, Alconbury and Winnick.
We must be doing something right then.
Yes. We've got Maxine in charge. That's what we're doing right. So on that note, at 19,
Chairman, sorry, may I interject?
Please do.
Can I ask Zoe, are you ready to share the plans so that you can just all glance at them, please? And obviously, if there's any typos, that will be corrected by us. But if there's any changes to your comments, then you can let us know, please. Thank you, Zoe.
Can we expand it a bit more, please?
Yeah.
You're getting good at this, Maxine and Zoe.
Thanks, Colin.
We're trying.
You definitely are.
I
Yeah,
knew you were
very
going to say that.
Can I suggest for the first application, you've captured it exactly as it was said, but rather than parking / loading turning, just adequacy of parking, I think is
Just taking the others out. Yeah,
is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
that's fine.
Thank you.
Can we be contrary to the spirit of a legal document? It's either contrary to the neighbourhood plan or not.
Yes,
Well,
I agree.
I think it does. The neighbourhood plan is quite specific, and that talks specifically about new builds of 10 properties or more, in which whereby the policy applies, and so that doesn't account. So yeah, maybe we take it out. I would suggest we keep it in. But
take out the word "the spirit."
Last farm has more than 10 properties.
Yeah. But and then the amendment to the property, I don't know how that fits into the neighbourhood plan.
I don't think there's an issue. I think spirit is a recognised term. In a similar way that best efforts is a recognised term.
Happy to leave that in there.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Apart from that, it all looks very good. So didn't we reject something?
Yeah, the first one.
The first one, Colin.
It was a refused. Yes,
yeah.
Fine. Thank you.
That's the last ones.
Can I interrupt? Karen, Derek can't log on.
Let him just take over your computer.
Barry's logged on at the meeting. I don't know whether we can give Barry a call to see if he can get him in. If he's coming in as a guest, he probably needs admitting.
Right.
That looks great. Thanks,
as regards the planning committee, I think we're all done here. So thank you all for your time and expertise this evening. And I'm counting the minutes to the next one.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Have
you
a
all.
good evening.
And thank you, Maxine and Zoe. Thank